Hello, I'm Isaac,
This is Dylan,
and this is Half Moon Run.
and you're watching AMBY.
Hey everyone, it's Alicia from AMBY, and I'd like to welcome you to interview with Half Moon Run. How are ya?
Great.
Good,
How are
thank
you?
you.
I'm good. Thanks for taking the time to have a chat.
Of course.
Yeah, so first you're now touring North America in Toronto tonight. You enjoying your time? How's that going?
Yeah, it's great. It's
Yeah.
great. We started in Victoria. Well, I guess we started in Europe, and then in the Canada portion, we started in Victoria. And now we're almost to the end, almost to the Christmas break.
Yeah, it's been a good run though so far. Really great shows. Yeah.
I know you played the Bootleg Theater recently in LA, and you actually posted this video backstage where you were playing piano, ping pong. It was just
Oh,
such
yeah.
a cool backstage.
Yeah.
Like you could
Nice.
actually
Yeah.
have some crazy moments back there. When you guys are backstage or in a green room, what do you look for in a green room that makes it awesome? Like you walk in and you actually get excited about being in this place for a couple hours.
Well, I would say this guy looks for a piano.
Yeah.
Dylan and Connie look for a ping
You
pong
mean
table.
Dev and Connie,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. Yeah. And ping pong table. And then myself, I guess I'm the guy that took that video, so I just do that every time. Yeah.
Oh yeah, piano and ping pong table and lots of space is like a recipe for like we might not even play the show.
So that was the
Like,
ideal green room.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I guess it
Yeah.
was.
Have you come across one that you think was better? Do you have like a favorite one you've been to so far?
Green rooms.
As long as it has like enough seating, like comfortable seating, and like lots of
Plugs.
space.
Space and plugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of those.
And,
A good rider, you know. I mean, it's important.
Yeah.
It's important. Yeah.
Yeah. When like
Yeah.
I mean, cause you have to like we're not like we're actually in our own homes for like 1 month out of the year, sort
Yeah.
of a thing. So when you're never home, like you're in a new place every day, and you want that place to be as close to home as it can be.
Yeah.
And so it's really nice when it kind of feels homey.
Yeah.
And it's got things like that you love in it, like pianos.
Yeah, no, it was-
Do
And
we
plugs.
sound delusional and crazy now?
No. You mentioned your rider there for you guys. What are some of those things on your rider?
On rider? Oh, guacamole, hummus. We got some sparkling water, normal water. We have some beer, you know, snacks, things like that. Chocolate.
fruits and veggies.
Yeah.
Stuff to hold you over, pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Sometimes that is the meal, but hopefully we get a chance to go get out into the town and have a nice meal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as far as the cities that you've played on this tour, if you could have had the day off in one of them just to walk around or do whatever you wanted to, which city would you have liked to actually just been able to enjoy?
To be honest, I would have liked some time, like a day off before or after Calgary without having to travel, so I could have gone into the mountains.
Okay.
I've got friends who I was getting into hiking lately, even if it's cold, and a friend of mine offered to show me around in the mountains, and I would have loved to have done that. But
Yeah.
we were on a bus the whole day.
Yeah.
How about
yeah.
you?
I would say probably Victoria or Vancouver, just because I have so many
That's
friends
right.
there.
Yeah.
I've had a day off. I mean, I did have a day off in Comox, which is 3 hours north of Victoria, but I would have liked another one. Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I would have liked a good year there, maybe. That'd be
Yeah?
good. That's all I can ask for, yeah.
Being the reason that you're on tour, we of course want to discuss your new record, Sun Leads Me On. I haven't found it anywhere online, so what's the significance behind the title to you guys?
It's one of those Half Moon Run ambiguities where it could mean many things, and in fact does mean many things.
Okay.
Well, I don't know, for me it made me think of kind of like one thing that came to mind. This is definitely not what everybody thinks, but I sort of like this idea, was the idea of like all life kind of started in the ocean, and like was the only reason it ever made it onto land or made it to the surface of the ocean was because of the sunlight. The sunlight naturally drew life and evolved it to like come towards the surface and to come onto land and to keep going on and to just have, it's like the thing drawing us all forward that connects all life on Earth, sort of a thing. It's the sun that leads us on and gives us everything. And I like that sort of idea that we're all in the same sort of struggle together, and we're no different than the little life forms that were at the bottom of the ocean however many billions of years ago.
Because I was thinking going into winter, I always see like these little peaks of sun, and it's like it's leading you on, and then the next thing you know, it's gone, and you're back to like that winter chill. So that's like one interpretation that I took out of it.
Oh yeah. There's kind of the dark. It's like could be a dark and positive thing too. It's like when somebody leads you on. It's like you were led on, as in you were deceived. Like the sun led us on. Like, oh, you tricked us. Or the sun leads me on, as in like that was it's a positive. Like the sun's leading us forward or something.
Yeah,
what
and
was it to
also
you?
I guess two things being when we were writing the album in Montreal, very, very cold, obviously, in the winter, and we had just randomly decided to do a road trip to California, and that's just like one of many meanings. The sun leads me on, go where it's hot. But another one for me personally would be, you have this like a passion and this dream, and it's just like you just gravitate towards it. And so it's like you're just following that, and it brings you all these sort of places, and it's just, it kind of leads you on a bit.
I like all the different interpretations.
Yeah, I mean, there's many more, whatever you want it to be.
Oh, it's really cool.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the album opens with Warmest Regards, and this really just made me think of the Beatles. Like, it's such a warm track. I feel like I should just be sitting right beside a lake with the sun shining. Like, it's such a good song. To you guys, where did your love of harmonies begin together?
Well, really from the first jam, I would say. Like, even without really meaning to, it just like, we tried singing right away. Like, we just had to sing. And like, certainly hearing Devin sing in the first jam was like, we were all just kind of like, what? Who's this guy?
This kid's got something.
And then we just talked about harmonies, and then like, or actually even we didn't talk about anything. We just started singing, and it became a necessary part. And it helps very much to connect us all to each other and what's going on. It's just kind of like, if we can all sing together, it helps you just be aware of where everybody's at while the song's happening, I think.
And are there any bands in particular that you guys personally dig that use harmonies a lot?
I mean, a lot of classic ones, like a lot of 60s and 70s music in general uses it.
Yeah, like
Crosby, Stills, Nash.
Yeah, and Fleetwood Mac, and and Steely Dan, even
Steely Dan,
the time.
Police, like so many bands. Yeah, it's certainly not a new thing, obviously.
Yeah. But your spin on it's been awesome since day one. So.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And from the album, you released a new video for I Can't Figure Out What's Going On.
Yeah.
Crazy video. I'm assuming the character's Alice from Alice in Wonderland, like a little take.
There's a bit of a take on that.
Yeah, but I watched it like 4 times before I was like really following it. She'll be upstairs. The next thing she's down. It's like, how'd she loop back there? I actually couldn't figure out what was going on. So for you guys, what was it like filming that? Because you were all in it.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. It was like very, I mean, it's exciting, and it's hectic though, and we're playing different characters in it all the time, and sometimes we're sitting upstairs, and other times like I was in a gorilla suit doing the guitar solo.
Were you the one in the suit?
And like, so you're constantly, and we only had basically one day to do this, and so we had a great team working for us, but it was like very fast, like one scene after the other, and then. So it was a wild experience with like just all of a sudden setting up rooms in different ways, like, and we had a live goose on set.
Because when you're watching it, it feels like it's all one take until you get to the one part where it like goes 3 in a row. So I couldn't tell at first if you guys were just like quickly changing to the next room and then jumping back, and it felt like that.
Good.
Yeah, there's definitely some VFX magic going on to make it, because it wasn't just one shot with us all changing. Like, there was some magic going on there.
But that is the cabin where a lot of tunes, Half Moon Run tunes, have been written, including I Can't Figure What's Going On, or at least the initial beginning of that song.
And it was Full Circle also filmed in that same building.
It was.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out the windows and make sure everything lines up, but
What other tunes, like Turn Your Love, like the first guitar riff was
it came out of there as well.
And we did a songwriting session there, and so there's still maybe 5 or 6 other demos that could come out in the future from that same cabin.
That's cool.
So maybe we'll go back.
Yeah, where is this cabin exactly? Because I've heard a lot of talk about it, but we don't know. Like,
it's just
I'm assuming it's in Canada, or
it's in Quebec. I mean, we can't. We don't want to give any specifics, I guess, but like it's north of Ottawa, and there's some beautiful country up there. In I guess it's northwestern Quebec. Some really beautiful spots along the whole river and stuff, and it's cool. Some old Irish settlements, and the house was like built in the, it was like 18 something rather, like a very old.
It looks really
house.
vintage. You can tell.
Yeah.
And the guy who owns it is a real sweetheart who graciously allowed us to use his house and rent it. But he still has a bunch of like super old pictures from way back and paintings, and you walk in there and you feel like you walk back in time, sort of a thing, which is pretty cool.
You shared with fans how many memories have been made over the years, and you mentioned also just recording so many tracks there. So when you think to that specific house, what do you think is the strongest memory from working together or being in the band together that you formed in that house?
In that house?
Oh, we had some good ones.
Yeah.
In there.
Yeah.
It's hard to really.
Honestly, I guess the first thing that comes to mind would be making meals. You know, a lot of nice meals. Aside from all the great jams that happened, yeah. But what do you think, Dill?
Well, I just remember some moments where like there's this like synergy that happens sometimes, which like we really want to happen in the band, and when it really lines up, it's just this feeling of being completely inside the music more than you have ever been in your life, and that feeling of connecting, just like it's almost an out of body experience. And it happened. It happened at the cabin for sure. I remember thinking like this is the most psychotically incredible music making I've ever been a part of in my life.
Yeah.
And where you just want to keep playing the song over and over and over again, and like just repeat everything until you just can't play anymore.
Some of the best musical moments of my life, like in that cabin.
Oh, it's awesome.
For sure, yeah. Like tough to even quantize or like give justice to like that experience of. You would never think a jam session or a writing session could be that.
Intense, or
I guess intense, or just that's really hard to
describe. There are no words for it.
Describe. And I remember at one point, like because we would record everything too, and we got so excited by the recordings that like we'd be dancing around, like I'd be standing on top of my drum stool dancing to the music that we're hearing back, and like we almost couldn't tell the difference between actually playing it and listening back to it because we just got so stoked. But it's also, it's kind of like cabin fever too. You start to lose your minds a little bit, locked up in the same place together. It was good and bad at the same time, but some good results came from it.
Well, thanks for sharing that. Just to wrap everything up today then, for your fans who are going to be viewing the interview, anything you want to say to them all?
To our fans?
Yes.
Well, thanks for your support. We love you, and we look forward to coming to a town near you. We don't stop touring, so it's not that we're not working hard.
Which,
I don't know what else.
No, that's great. And just thank you so much for your time today, guys. Really excited that we could do this. So thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. And remember, everyone viewing can visit us at amusicblog.com for all exclusive interviews, features, videos, and so much more with your favorite bands. We'll see you next time.